1972, a Bavarian farmer's plow shattered against stone 12 feet below his field. What he uncovered would force 3 continents of archaeologists to whisper the same impossible question. Identical tunnels. Identical tool marks. Identical purpose. Built by hands that supposedly never met, never spoke, and never shared a single drop of blood. By the end of this video, you will learn the one detail every researcher tried to bury and why several of them quietly walked away from their entire careers. The farmer's name was lost to bureaucracy, but his field entered legend. Beneath the Bavarian soil ran a narrow stone passage barely wide enough for a grown man to crawl through. It twisted, dropped, and opened into chambers carved with surgical precision. Locals called them Erdstall earth stables. Yet no animals had ever lived there. No bones. No hearths. No graves. Just silence, sealed for centuries, waiting for someone to ask the right question. That question would soon echo across the globe. Across Europe, more than 700 of these Erdstall tunnels exist. Austria, Hungary, Ireland, France, each system follows the same blueprint. Low ceilings. Tight squeezes called schlupfs. Dead-end chambers with no apparent function. Carbon dating returned numbers that made geologists uneasy. Some pointed to the early medieval period. Others suggested something far older. No skeletons. No artifacts. No graffiti. As if the builders erased themselves from the record on purpose. And then the comparisons began with a site 2,000 miles south. Cappadocia, Turkey. 1963. A man knocking down a wall in his basement discovered a passage. He followed it. The passage became a stairwell. The stairwell became a corridor. The corridor opened into a city. Derinkuyu. 18 stories deep. Carved entirely from volcanic stone. Stables, chapels, wineries, schools, ventilation shafts reaching the surface from depths of 280 feet. Engineers today admit they could not replicate it without modern machinery. And the deeper archaeologists dug, the older the carvings became. Derinkuyu could shelter 20,000 people. 20,000. With livestock, food stores, and fresh water. Massive circular stone doors, weighing over 1,000 pounds each, could seal corridors from the inside, but only from the inside. Whoever built this was hiding from something. Or someone. Mainstream archaeology credits the Hittites or early Christians. But Turkish geologist Ömer Demir argued the deepest levels predate every known civilization in Anatolia. His evidence? Tool marks that no Bronze Age chisel could produce. The marks were clean, curved, continuous. As if the rock had been melted rather than chipped. Demir was not alone in noticing. Italian researcher Luigi Capello documented identical anomalies in 2008. Whatever cut these walls did not strike, did not hammer, did not chisel. It flowed. And when satellite imagery began revealing similar subterranean networks across Turkey, over 200 connected complexes, the question stopped being academic. Someone had engineered an underground continent. And the technique appeared again, halfway around the world. 1969, Ecuador. A Hungarian-Argentine explorer named János Juan Moric filed a sworn legal document with the government. He claimed to have entered a tunnel system extending hundreds of miles beneath the Amazon basin. Inside, he reported geometric chambers, perfectly squared corners, and a library of metal plates engraved with unknown symbols. The world laughed. Then a famous astronaut visited the site personally. And the laughter stopped. Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon, led the 1976 British Ecuadorian Expedition into Cueva de los Teos. He served as honorary president. Why would the most famous explorer in human history descend into an Ecuadorian cave? The official report described limestone formations and indigenous artifacts. Armstrong himself never publicly discussed what he saw in detail. But Moric maintained until his death that the deepest chambers were artificial, geometric, and impossibly old. Something down there required a witness the world would trust. Moric described a metal library, thousands of inscribed plates stacked in a vast hall. Father Carlo Crespi, an Italian priest in Cuenca, displayed similar artifacts in his church for decades. Gold tablets covered in writing that resembled no known script. Pyramids etched with Sumerian-style imagery, found thousands of miles from Mesopotamia. When Crespi died in 1982, much of the collection vanished. Some pieces ended up in a bank vault. Others were declared fakes. But the photographs survive. And so do the questions. Now travel east. Zhejiang Province, China. 1992. A villager pumped water from a pond he believed was bottomless. After 17 days, the pump revealed something extraordinary. The pond was the flooded entrance to a massive artificial cavern. Then another. Then 24 more. The Longyou Caves. Carved by hand from solid siltstone over 2,000 years ago. Yet no historical record mentions them. No tools were found. No debris. The volume of stone removed exceeds 1 million cubic meters. Where did it all go? The walls of Longyou bear parallel chisel marks, millions of them running in perfect diagonal lines. Every wall, every ceiling, every pillar, as if the carvers followed a blueprint no one has ever seen. Chinese engineers calculate that 1,000 workers laboring day and night for 6 years could have produced one cave. There are 24. And yet no dynasty, no emperor, no chronicle records the project. It is as if an entire civilization vanished, leaving only the marks of their tools behind. Then there is Malta. The Hal Sarflieni Hypogeum. A 3-level subterranean temple carved 5,000 years ago into living limestone. In 1940, researchers discovered something stranger than the architecture. A small chamber, now called the Oracle Room, possesses acoustic properties that defy explanation. A male voice spoken at a specific frequency reverberates through the entire complex. Brainwave studies show the resonance alters human consciousness. The builders understood sound the way modern engineers understand electricity. And they took that knowledge with them. The Hypogeum's acoustic frequency measures exactly 110 Hz. The same frequency appears in chambers at Newgrange, Ireland. At certain Egyptian pyramid passages. At Stone Age sites in Turkey. Across cultures separated by thousands of miles and thousands of years, ancient builders tuned their underground spaces to the same vibration. Coincidence requires faith. Connection requires evidence. And the evidence is multiplying faster than archaeology can dismiss it. Map the sites. Bavaria. Turkey. Malta. Egypt. Ecuador. China. India's Barabar caves with their mirror-polished granite walls. The Hypogeum of Sicily. The tunnels beneath Giza. The Bosnian pyramid complex. The patterns repeat. Narrow entrances. Sudden drops. Acoustic chambers. Tool marks that defy explanation. And consistently, infuriatingly, no skeletons. No graves. No occupation layers. As if these structures were not built to live in. They were built to survive something. Graham Hancock, Robert Schoch, and a growing number of geologists have proposed an answer. Approximately 12,800 years ago, Earth suffered a catastrophic event. A comet impact. A solar outburst. A flood of biblical scale. The Younger Dryas. Ice cores, sediment layers, and impact spherules confirm something devastating happened. What if a sophisticated civilization saw it coming? What if they went underground? And what if scattered survivors, on every continent, carried fragments of that knowledge into the world we now call ancient? The theory is called the lost civilization hypothesis. It argues that an advanced culture predated the Egyptians, the Sumerians, and the Indus Valley by thousands of years. It vanished in the Cataclysm. Its survivors became the gods, the demigods, the mythical builders mentioned in every culture's oldest stories. The tunnels are their fingerprint. The acoustic chambers are their language. And somewhere, in a sealed passage no archaeologist has yet entered, the truth still waits in the dark. Mainstream archaeology pushes back hard. Erdstall tunnels, they say, were medieval ritual sites. Derinkuyu was Byzantine. Longyou was a Han Dynasty quarry. The Hypogeum was a Neolithic tomb. Each site has a conventional explanation. Each explanation works in isolation. But none addresses the global pattern. None explains the shared acoustic frequencies. None accounts for the absent debris, the impossible toolwork, the universal absence of human remains in the deepest chambers. Skepticism is healthy. But skepticism without curiosity is just denial. Some skeptics argue the tunnels are natural formations later modified by humans. Limestone dissolves. Volcanic tubes form. Earthquakes create voids. Perhaps ancient peoples simply expanded what nature provided. The argument is reasonable for some sites. It collapses at others. Longyou's siltstone does not form caves. Derinkuyu's geometry is too precise. The Hypogeum's resonance is too tuned. And no natural process explains why builders from Ireland to Ecuador chose the same architectural language. There is one detail mainstream science cannot explain at all. In nearly every major tunnel system, the deepest accessible chamber shows signs of having been sealed from the outside. Not abandoned. Sealed. Whoever built these places did not just leave. They closed the door behind something. And in several sites, Derinkuyu, the Bosnian complex, certain passages beneath Giza, researchers have detected airflow coming from deeper levels that no one has ever mapped. Something below is still breathing. This is the revelation that ended careers. In 2015, a multinational team using ground-penetrating radar mapped previously unknown voids beneath Derinkuyu, extending hundreds of feet beyond the official tourist sections. The data was quietly archived. Permits were denied. A senior researcher who spoke publicly was reassigned. Whatever lies in those untouched levels remains untouched. The official reason is preservation. The unofficial reason, whispered at conferences, is something else entirely. Something nobody is ready to find. So who built them? Lost ancestors fleeing a cataclysm? Survivors of a forgotten civilization? Something else entirely? The tunnels remain. The marks remain. The frequencies still hum in the stone. Every year, new sites emerge. Every year, the official timeline cracks a little wider. And somewhere beneath your feet, on every continent, the architecture of a forgotten world is waiting for the next farmer, the next plow, the next accident to drag it back into the light. If this story stirred something in you, subscribe to the Forgotten Archive. Hit the bell so you never miss a descent into history's darkest corners. Drop a comment below. Which tunnel system do you believe is the oldest? Which explanation do you trust? And if you're brave enough, watch our investigation into the sealed chamber beneath the Sphinx next. The deeper we dig, the stranger the truth becomes. Stay curious. Stay skeptical. And never stop questioning what lies beneath.